Hello everyone, today we are going to do the FNAF 2 Night 6 video. Now of course, like the previous video, of course, that this isn't actually my gaming voice in the gaming video as of what you can watch here now. Instead, this voice, like previous video, I will be doing a beginner's guide of my methods for those of you who have the first time playing the second Five Nights at Freddy's game, for those of you that do not understand what it's all about. So, the first thing that we're going to talk about is that you play as a night guard named Jeremy Fitzgerald, in which you are now in the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, the new and improved, in which, as of what the newspaper would show you at the beginning of the game, shows you that there are new and improved animatronics, also called toy animatronics. Now, let's first start, of course, with the most very aggressive and very difficult animatronic to keep track of. The Marionette. The Marionette is basically a black puppet animatronic with a white mask, rose cheeks, and you get my point. The Marionette animatronic will start in the music box area, which is camera 11, for those of you that don't know. And the phone guy does tell you that you have to rewind the music box because the Marionette is the only animatronic that can be driven with the music box. The others are not affected, which is pretty difficult. So basically, as you progress throughout the Five Nights, within Five Nights at Freddy's 2, the Marionette will have to be the main animatronic. Therefore, you have to stay on camera 11, which kind of gives off the uselessness of the other cameras, given that you can't check the camera system. So as you progress through the week, camera 11 might be the only camera you'll have to be on, instead of checking the cameras daily, apart from the first game. Of course, now that you only have to stay on camera 11, as what many people have to do, stay on that camera. You have to rewind that music box or else the Marionette will kill you, which will be a major issue. So, okay, so that's the Marionette. Now let's go on to the toy animatronics. First starting with Toy Freddy. Toy Freddy is kind of the lame animatronic. He's not really as active. Toy Freddy will attack specifically through the center hallway area. Given that your office layout has a hallway entrance, in which you can press the control button on the bottom left corner of your keyboard. You press the control button to use your flashlight. You could also use this to check the cameras, because most of the cameras throughout the camera system are dark, and you have to use the flashlight to check them. You notice that on the top left corner of your screen in the game, top left corner shows that your flashlight does have battery power, apart from the vent flashlights, the vent lights, in which they don't have power. You can check the vents, but if your flashlight battery goes out to 0, that's a problem, and I'll tell you later. But anyways, on to Toy Freddy. Toy Freddy will attack through the hallway. You will see his form, getting closer and closer to your office and getting more scary and all that. So yes, Toy Freddy will make certain phases. Like at first, he'll appear at the end of the hallway. The next phase that he'll do is that he gets closer to like the slight right side, your right, of the hallway. Now, when he gets closer, you'll have to be prepared that his next phase will mean that he'll be in your office and he's about to kill you if you do not immediately flip the Freddy mask on your face. Now, what's interesting is that the only defense that you have in the game is a Freddy mask, in which is accessed on the bottom red arrow icon. Like how in the first game that there's a white arrow thing, once you flip your mouse down, you can access the camera system. But in this game, you have two different ones. On the right side, you have an arrow that opens the cameras, but on the left, there's this red arrow thing. You flip that down, then you could wear a Freddy mask, in which you could use to fend off certain animatronics. And by certain, I mean most. So yes, the moment that Toy Freddy makes his next phase of attack, be prepared. He will be in your office, and you have to don the Freddy mask as quickly as you can. Toy Chica and Toy Bonnie are a little different. Toy Chica and Toy Bonnie, they appear in blind spot areas of the vent. Toy Bonnie will appear in the blind spot of the right vent, while Toy Chica has her creepy face appearing in the blind spot of the left vent. It's kind of switched. So either or, Toy Bonnie's mechanic is easy. If you see Toy Bonnie in the blind spot, don the Freddy mask immediately. If you put on the mask for Toy Bonnie in the blind spot, if he is there, he'll automatically loom his face over you. Toy Chica doesn't do this. Instead, if you put on the mask, Toy Chica's face doesn't loom in front of you. Instead, you have to listen closely for the sound of vents, vent footsteps. Metallic footsteps indicating that Toy Chica has retreated. This audio cue is for other animatronics also. You have to use headphones. You have to listen for the audio cue of metallic footsteps, indicating that the animatronic is either crawling through the vent camera or crawling into the blind spot. Depends on the other animatronics that I'll explain later. Next up is Balloon Boy. A Balloon Boy takes the left vent direction, like Toy Chica. If you see his face in the blind spot, don the Freddy mask. The footsteps, the thunking footstep audio cue, remains the same. However, if you do not wear your mask in time for Balloon Boy, out of any other animatronic, he doesn't jump scare you. Instead, he stays in your office and disables all lights, both flashlight and even both vents. He'll disable all the lights, meaning that, well, you'll eventually die, and I'll tell you why that is later on. So, yeah, if Balloon Boy appears in the blind spot, yes, wear the Freddy mask. Mangle the same, but in a different way. Mangle will approach through the right vent. Not only will you have to listen for footsteps, but if Mangle is in the blind spot, Mangle will make an audio cue of static and screeching of its radio voice thing. If you hear this static thing happening constantly, even with the cameras down, it means that Mangle is in your blind spot, despite you checking it. If you hear this audio cue, immediately wear the Freddy mask and wait until the static stops, or if you hear the thunking noise following after. So Mangle is easy. Mangle makes the noise of static if she is in the office, things like that. So you'll have to do that as well. Next up is Wither animatronics. Freddy, Withered Freddy, Withered Bonnie, Withered Chica, Withered Foxy, they all start through parts and service. They start through a parts and service area on like the, top left area? It doesn't matter. Anyways, let's first start with Withered Foxy. What's interesting about Withered Foxy is that, like the marionette, Foxy is unaffected by the mask, meaning even if you put the Freddy mask on, Foxy is not fooled by it. He'll automatically kill you if you wear it too long. So Foxy will attack through the hallway in front of you. If he is there, the phone guy will tell you that you'll have to spam the control button. You have to rapidly press the flashlight button to make him go away. Now, a very interesting thing that I like to do to use the flashlight more efficiently without, draining the power more constantly is by flashing him a few 5 or 10 times and then immediately flipping the camera up and then rewinding the music box. It's a pattern that you can follow. If he's still there, repeat the process 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, flip the camera up and then flip it back down to see if he's there. An interesting thing I forgot to mention is that if either animatronic, one that either attacks through the hallway or not, is that if an animatronic is in the hallway, your flashlight will buffer every so often, so it depends on if an animatronic will show up, and if Foxy is of course the one that's doing that as the week progresses, I highly recommend flashing the flashlight in his direction when that happens. So just a reminder for those of you that are scared when using the flashlight in which it blurs every so often, don't worry. It means that an animatronic is about to show up in the hallway, but you have nothing to worry about. Withered Freddy. Once again, Withered Freddy, like Toy Freddy. The withered variation of Freddy, he'll attack through the hallway also. And as he will approach through the hallway, like Toy Freddy, he'll make certain phases before physically being in your office. First, of course, being at the very end of the hallway, and then, of course, his giant dark body appearing directly in the blind spot itself, getting closer to you. It's the same phase thing as Toy Freddy, so you have nothing to worry about, except the fact that Withered Freddy can slightly get more active as you progress through the week. So once again, you'll have to don the Freddy mask immediately if he shows up in your office. You have to be prepared for certain animatronics. If he is in your office, you must instantly and immediately put on the mask to make him go away. Otherwise, he will kill you eventually. So you have to do that. Speed is key in this. Withered Bonnie and Withered Chica have their unique routes, similar to FNAF 1. Withered Bonnie will attack through the left vent, Withered Chica through the right. Now, like the first game, Withered Bonnie, similar to his variation from the first, Withered Bonnie will only enter in your office, not from the blind spot. But he'll only enter into your office if you, by your command, you flip the camera down and he shows up. Withered Chica, like her variation in FNAF 1, she automatically forces your camera tablet down, forcing you to get into an active position of surprise. So either or, like Withered Freddy, Withered Bonnie and Chica are difficult, in which the moment you see them in the office, You must instantly and immediately put on the Freddy mask to get rid of them. Now, a thing to know about is that Wither Bonnie or Wither Chica, they both do not appear in their vent blind spots, apart from the other animatronics. So, if you hear thumping, things like that, it could mean that either an animatronic is being in the blind spot, or that either Withered Bonnie or Withered Chica is about to enter into your office. So like I said, if they are in your office, either of them, immediately, I repeat, immediately put on the mask to get rid of them. Because as the week progresses, they will become more difficult with this type of mechanic, and you have to get prepared. Speed is key to this game in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Golden Freddy, well, during the video of what you see here in Night 6, I haven't really experienced a Golden Freddy yet, based on the recording, which is, before the video. But anyways, Wither Golden Freddy has his mechanic, in which, specifically, he'll either appear in the hallway or in the office itself. Either or, you'll have to immediately don the Freddy mask to get rid of him. And like I said, since my audio right now is before my gaming video, I still haven't experienced him yet, so I don't really know. But Golden Freddy is still a challenge to face. So I suggest that if you do either see him or in the hallway or in the office itself, I suggest immediately putting on the Freddy mask, which is probably the main thing you should do. So yeah, that's basically all there is to it. There are other animatronic variations in the game that you could disregard, all except for Shadow Bonnie, or RWQ, whatever he is. He'll randomly appear in the office corner on the top left area of the corner of your office. So like Golden Freddy from Five Nights at Freddy's 1, Shadow Bonnie has the same effect, in which if you stare at him for far too long, he'll eventually glitch your game and will, crash it. Things like that. So yeah, that's basically all there is to it. Okay, so yeah, please enjoy the video.